In this video, we're going to kind of work backwards. We're going to take the zeros of the function and just little verbiage thing. Zeros of a function, once again, since they are real numbers, means that the point -2, 0, 2, 0, and 3, 0 are x-intercepts of that particular graph. So what we're going to basically do is work backwards. We are going to take the zeros and write the function for the zeros. So in the first one, the first thing we're going to do is write it in factored form. We'll start it with glue. So the fact that -2 is a 0 means that x plus 2 is a factor. The fact that 2 is a 0 means that x minus 2 is a factor. And the fact that 3 is a 0 means that x minus 3 is a factor. So then what we're going to do is expand this and multiply this out. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply the first two factors, x plus 2 times x minus 2, and we get x squared minus 4 for that. Now you can FOIL that out and confirm that. But that is, in fact, what we get. I'll take care of the stray mark there. And then what we do is we take x squared minus 4 times x minus 3 to give us the standard form. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times -3 is -3x squared. -4 times x is -4x. And -4 times -3 is positive 12. So that is the standard form of the function with those zeros. And you might be able to tell from the standard form of the equation that the y-intercept of that graph would be the point 0, 12. Now, we're going to do the same thing with b. Now, this factored form, -2, has multiplicity 2, so that means that that actually occurs twice. So I'm going to just write down x plus 2 twice. We have a 0 of 2 and another 0 of 3. So what we're going to do is basically just expand this and 2 at a time, basically. So when we FOIL the x plus 2 times x plus 2, we get x squared plus 4x plus 4. And then times x minus 2 times x minus 3. So then we're going to expand x squared plus 4x plus 4 times x minus 2. And there will be some like terms that I combine without really showing it. But that's something I can show you in class if you don't see where certain things come from. So x squared times x is x cubed x squared times -2 is -2x squared, and then we'll add 4x squared to that when we multiply these two. So -2x squared plus 4x squared becomes plus 2x squared. And then we've got -8x plus 4x is -4x. And 4 times -2 is -8. And then we're going to take that result times x minus 3. So then when we do that, we get a final result of x cubed times x is x to the 4th. It's a 4th degree polynomial because we have a total of 4 zeros. And that's something that you will see a little bit later on when we talk about the fundamental theorem of algebra. So we have x to the 4th, and then we have minus 3x cubed plus 2x cubed, which is minus x cubed. And then we have minus 6x squared minus 4x squared, which is minus 10x squared. Minus 12x minus 8x is minus 20x. And finally, negative 8 times negative 3 is plus 24. And that is the standard form for that equation. X to the fourth minus x cubed minus 10x squared minus 20x plus 24. Now for C, we have just two zeros, so the factored form. If 3 is a 0, that means x minus 3 is a factor. And if negative 3 is a 0, x plus 3 is a factor. And we're just going to multiply these out. So y is equal to x squared minus 9. And we have a kind of a simple quadratic for that one. D is a little bit different because that 0 of 3 happens twice. It's a multiplicity of 2. So we're going to have that factor of x minus 3 twice, and x plus 3 once. And we'll expand these two at a time. X minus 3 times x minus 3 is x squared minus 6x plus 9. And then we're going to multiply that by x plus 3. So our resulting function, x squared times x, is x cubed. 3x squared minus 6x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 18x plus 9x is negative 9x. And 9 times 3 is positive 27. So that is our resulting polynomial function for those given zeros. And that is the last video for today.